on many hands tonight. Those that incited violence on the street under the guise of protest, that tried to tear down what New York City police officers did every day. We tried to warn, it must not go on, it cannot be tolerated. That blood on the hands starts on the steps of City Hall in the office of the mayor.
All right, folks, that was Pat Lynch, head of the PBA, on Saturday night, responding to the assassination of 2 New York City police officers. Joining us now, Christopher Hahn, host of the Christopher Hahn Show and former senior aide to Senator Charles Schumer. Hello, Christopher.
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Happy holidays to you. Let me ask you. We just heard Bernie Kerik in the news prior. He was on Newsmax earlier today, saying that what Mayor de Blasio needed to say today, and of course he didn't, is that somehow take back or walk back calling his own police force racist for decades, and that he's afraid that the cops might harm his own son. I mean, until he takes that back, I just don't see how anything he says could hold any water.
I think what the mayor needs to do is he needs to show his support for the vast majority, the overwhelming 99.999% of his officers who are good people, who are doing the people's work every day, who are risking their lives in the city of New York. I think the mayor needs to make an unequivocal statement to that. That said, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't seek justice when there's injustice, whether it be done by a cop or anybody else. I think that we're all moved by what happened over the weekend. It's horrible. Nobody caused it. I think that Pat Lynch was in a very emotional state when he made those statements. It was clear by the look on his face to me that he was moved, having just lost 2 of the members of his union. And I think, though, it was a little bit over the top to say that the mayor has blood on his hands. And I don't think that if he would have made that statement today that he would be saying the same thing.
But what about the mayor's statement after a grand jury impaneled, and that's the system we have to abide by, made their decision after seeing hours and days of evidence that we have no idea what they saw and heard, and the mayor coming out and saying it's a tragedy and he's afraid the cops are going to kill his kid. How about that?
Look, I don't know that he connected that at the same time, Steve. I know.
How about that for being over the top, Christopher? Was that over the top?
I don't think he said that the cops were going to kill his kid right after the Garner decision.
You didn't hear what he said? We got it for you. You want us to play it for you?
Play it for me.
He said, okay, well, now I got to find it. He said, and you're well aware of what he said that he's afraid, like many parents, not only of the criminals, although he didn't call them criminals, but okay, let's play it. Here we go.
There's a history we have to overcome because for so many of our young people, there's a fear. And for so many of our families, there's a fear. So I've had to worry over the years. Charlene's had to worry. Was Dante safe each night? There are so many families in this city who feel that each and every night. Is my child safe? And not just from some of the painful reality of crime and violence in some of our neighborhoods, but are they safe from the very people they want to have faith in as their protectors?
So he himself, the mayor of New York, has worried about the safety of his black kid at the hands of NYPD. That's not over the top?
Hey, look, I think that as mayor of New York, you got to stand by your police force, and you got to understand that the vast, overwhelming majority of them are good people, and you need to root out the people who are not good people. I think what happened in the Garner case, I think that the prosecutor, Mr. Donovan, did not do a good job presenting a case to the grand jury that would have prosecuted.
How do you know what case he presented? How do you know? How do you know?
The man guilty of manslaughter at the very least. The police officer in that video.
Hey, Christopher. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Christopher. How much evidence of what the grand jury saw did you see, Christopher? How much testimony did you hear, Christopher?
I saw a videotape where a guy had his
Oh,
hands
you
up.
saw a video. Oh, so he's guilty.
Guilty.
Oh, you saw a video. So the grand jury process be damned, right, Christopher? Because you saw a video. Give me a break.
When Chris Hahn and Bill O'Reilly are on the same page, something's got to give. Something went wrong there. There's enough to have a trial just on that video. And grand jury
really? What law did he? What law did he break? What law? Hey, Christopher. What law did he break,
Yeah.
Christopher? I'm curious.
He used unreasonable force. He committed involuntary manslaughter, period.
He used
I'm an attorney. I'm
unreasonable
a former
force.
prosecutor. I would have put the guy in jail.
Wait.
I don't think that was the intent of the prosecutor there.
What was the unreasonable force that he used?
He used a chokehold on a person
No,
who
he
had
did
his
not
hands up.
use a chokehold. He did
He
not use a
escalated it.
chokehold,
Let
and
me
it's
tell
not.
you something. That officer has. You know what? When we talk about who has blood on his hands,
Christopher,
we have to
shame
include
on
that
you,
officer.
Christopher. Really, shame on you. All right, we got to go. Joe Concha's next. Have a good holiday, Christopher. Steve Malzberg Show rolls along.